What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the shit show. What am I doing today? Well, let me catch you up first off. We got the intake back on, as you may be able to see. This big old gigantic hunk of metal. Working on plumbing it up and wiring everything up. We're getting there. So that's being worked on. I'm going to probably in this video, most likely, install these speakers, little tweeters for the dash, and then finalize the dash. Got the little harnesses right there, you can see sticking out for the OEM speaker harness. So I'm just gonna solder that on there and it should be mint. What else am I gonna get into today? Oh yeah, I got over here. And another thing I got, and we'll be doing today, I got braided wire loom. So we're gonna be getting rid of any of that old, weird, you know, kind of crusty looking wiring harness. And yeah, so that'll be great. Alright, for this operation you're probably going to need one of these to pump the diff fluid up where the fill bolt is, and we'll explain more when we get to that point. But I've already mentioned previously, but they didn't got the 75W80, so I just got the 75W90, a little thicker, won't hurt. So let's go ahead and do that real quick.
And put it, you know, like on like a spray bottle?
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
No, you're fine.
You know, like on a Windex bottle or something like that, you have the spray. And then there's the hose that goes down to the bottle.
Apparently 1 quart isn't enough. Probably like a quart and a half, so I'm gonna have to go run and grab another quart from the zone of the auto. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Alright, so that's basically what you're looking for right there. Pump it up until it kind of just shoots out of it. Like so. There was a stream a second ago, but yeah, there you go. So basically once it starts streaming, you're done. So put the cap back on, save yourself the rest of your fluids. That's alright, got the plug in, it's all full, diff is done. Drive shaft has been connected. I don't know, I think I neglected to mention that part, but we got new fresh hardware, lock nuts. It's on there, she's ready to go. So drive shaft to the transmission is done. One more thing to check off the list. Alright, just got the hood latch installed. Nice and functional. Pretty solid. Another thing, cross off the list. Perfect. So as you can see there, I got my soldering iron on the concrete, cooling down. Just went ahead and got the first tweeter soldered to the stock Mercedes harness. give it the good old solder test. Swing it back and forth. Yeah, that ain't going nowhere. So, one speaker done. I gotta go ahead and install it. But yeah, little show and tell. It's getting there. Doing a little loom work in there. I don't know if you can spot them out or not. Probably not. Okay, got the speaker installed and plugged in. So, one down and one to go. But yeah, there it is. Nice and sturdy. Ain't going nowhere. Plugged it in. Soldered up. Sheesh. Alright, speaker 2 is soldered on. Yep, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. So with having both of the speakers in the dash, that almost wraps up all the dash work that I gotta do before I can put it all back together. But I still got a little list here. I still gotta get the stereo. So I gotta get that stereo. Headlight wiring, we're gonna go over that together. Delete the evap. Actually, I mean, it's not been fully official, but that's pretty much done. Because, yeah, that's pretty much done. And by the way, it's an old enough car where it's legal, so I don't really have any legalities here. But, you know, for emissions purposes, if you really want to be an environmentalist, you don't want to delete your evap, right? But on these older rigs, they just cause a headache. So all I had to do, which, man, I didn't film it, I guess I forgot, but there's a spot under there. Just buy a plug and plug it. And then the other part, basically it's a pretty simple system, right? This is what we got right here. This nasty looking, shouldn't be on the car hose system. Right here, this end, which you can see is clogged like a fucking artery that's about to give a stroke or a heart attack. So that end right there, it plugs in directly underneath. Like, can't really reach it by hand, but trust me, it's under there. When you take this apart, you'll see it if you ever do. If not, then probably just leave it alone. But if you're interested, you're gonna have to take this off. There's no way to get to it without taking your intake manifold off, so I'm gonna tell you that right now. But that's where it connects under there. You can just put a plug in that, little Teflon or PVC tape or whatever. You don't probably even need that. I think I just did a little Teflon thread and then put it in, just for safekeeping. And then this end, right here, this weird ass diaphragm contraption thing, which don't ask me what the hell that thing does. That bolts onto here, onto the header. And unfortunately, I don't sell any generic like aftermarket headers for this car, and I'm not gonna pay to get any fabbed. So the easy fix for this is get some steel, trace out in a little Sharpie the shape, cut it, and slap it on there, and then bolt it down, and just delete it. Put a little RTV high temp on there, it won't leak, it should be fine, and that's the route I'm gonna do. So I hope that's like a good little quick explanation on how maybe you would want to delete your, you know, bullshit, because yeah, this is hindering performance and not doing me any fucking good. And if this car runs again, like I really think it will and hope it does, I don't need something stupid like this. So that's why this just goes right back into where I pulled it out of. Just fucking scrap it. So, alright guys, what I got going on right now, I got these brand new headlights, right, for the 190E. They fit just fine, mount up just fine, but I got a little bit of a different wiring harness, and that's an issue. That's not gonna work for my car. I already, on this headlight, retrofitted my old harness. Here's the harness it came with. Right? Whatever. It doesn't fit. Cool, great. And then here's the old harness. Fresh aluminum, you know, cleaned it up. But yeah, so I just got to retrofit this into there, and then boom, should be good. I'll show you how to do that. I didn't film this one because don't need to film two. So yeah, let's get to taking this apart and go from there. I got to clear off a workspace though, so I can, you know, film this. So yeah. So what you got to do to get to your harness is first you got to remove the back plate, which is simple. Just a couple little things right there, clamps, whatever. And then you got to take your glass face off, which is just these little plastic clips right here. You just pry them up carefully. They can be brittle, and that's that. I'm gonna just set this over here out of the way because I don't need that for show and tell anymore. So basically what we're doing is we just got to remove this wiring. You can start by just pulling this red wire right here. Start by pulling that out. Yeah, that was difficult. All right, start by taking this red wire out. Then there's this connector right here. Plug this one. All right. And then to get to the rest of it, what you're going to have to do, spin this around. There's one screw, slide on it, one screw right there. You gotta take that out, and then you gotta just move these adjustments and pop those out, and I'll just show you here in just a second. Let me just remove that screw real quick. Alright, so what you gotta do, get some light on it. You can see right there how this adjustment has like that little ball, I don't know what you call it, little thing in there that locks into it, little lock nut thing. Basically on this side, you got one of those too. You can see it down there. You just need to pop that out so you can just hold it on this, get enough room, because you got a couple screws right there, 1 and 2, and you gotta screw those to get the rest of the harness out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, now that I got these 2 screws off of there, I got the harness loose, and I can just go ahead and fish that thing out. Take a little sip here, and gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, and there's the guts. So basically, that's... Oh, there goes the screw. Don't need that anymore. So that's basically it, you know. Just gutting this out, and then throwing this one in. So now it's pretty much the same procedure, but reversed. So, slide this in. Unfortunately, I can show you with this one. It's not the same. Oh, these are heavy. It's sketchy holding this one-handed. It's not the same cutout, so it just kind of pops out, but I'll clean it up a little bit more, you know. I'll tape it up on here, do something. I'll make it look a little bit nicer, but for now, it's just popped out the hole, and then the fittings are in there ready for the bulbs. So, I mean, the more ideal thing is, I guess, double check, make sure the headlights you're buying are gonna have the correct fittings. But if you're in my predicament and you fucking didn't think that there were any other type of fittings, then, you know, this works too. Just takes like freaking half an hour every time. Okay, so got it all put back together. So now they're ready to be installed, and actually installed and plugged in. We're gonna go home. So I'm gonna go put them home. Oh my god! What happened to this glove? That's random. Yep. So it's not too hard. If you gotta end up doing that, it's not too bad. So, yep. And for the side marker lights, that's easy too, or whatever you want to call them, the side wall lights. You just unplug that and put your old one in, because this doesn't match up either. So, alright, got the old connector in there with the new bulb. Gonna go ahead and mount it up. Gotta slide that right on in there. guide it through this thing. Pretty much just like that. Needs a little adjusting. A little lock piece and screw it on there. Good to go. Alright, there you have it. I got one side mounted up. Fitment's pretty good. There's a little gap right here I'd like to close up, but I'll do more like final adjustments on it later down the road, but it ain't going nowhere. It's in there nice and sturdy. Got it plugged in right here. Still got to plug in the other one, but yeah. Gonna do this side next. And fucking A, man. We're getting close.